the wristband. I don't take it off at all. This thing is on 24/7. It's just a reminder, live life like Luke did. Luke Laufenberg, he never had any quit in his heart. Live like Luke means treating every second like it's a gift. You can't control the circumstances, but you can choose the person you get to be to others. My Cause My Cleats is always a special week because it shows what drives you. This year for My Cause My Cleats, I'm supporting the Luke Laufenberg Fight Fund.
Okay, can you see me here, babe?
In the lens. Yep. Luke Laufenberg is my son, and I don't put it in the past tense, was my son. He is my son. The interesting thing about Luke's passion for football was that he didn't want to play football. He was probably the biggest kid in Texas who did not play football. And then suddenly, 10th grade, he came home and said, Dad, I'm going to go try out for the team. They put him at defensive end because they ran out of defensive ends. He'd never played defense in his life. He didn't even know how to get into a stance. What he did know is that you're supposed to hustle. When Luke got to Texas A&M, he's a scout team tight end. Well, guess who you block? One day I said, hey, Luke, what's it like blocking Myles? And he said, well, Daddy, he said, if I get my hands on him, I can keep him out for about a half a second. And I said, well, what happens if you don't have a good technique? And he said, oh, he just throws me.
He comes back up the next day and he's like, do you need more? Like, what do you need? I'll be that, I'll do that. He always chose to take care of others however he could. That was Luke. Getting to the league, that was a huge turn in my career. And Luke was especially a part of that, helping me develop as a person, as a player.
So Luke started out at Texas A&M, was there for a year, and thought, hey, I may not be playing here. UTEP was one of the schools that were recruiting him at the time, but that's when he got sick at Christmas. The doctor pulled me out into the hallway from his room, put his hand on my shoulder, and said, your son has cancer, Burkitt lymphoma. Very rare, aggressive form of cancer. He started chemo literally that day with a smile on his face.
It's cruel how such terrible things happen to such good people.
He never asked, why me?
He was always a person who was like, I'll bear the burden.
He just approached it, honestly, like he would approach a workout. I truly believe he thought he could outwork cancer.
He wasn't going to flinch. Like, this was just another challenge for him to overtake with a smile on his face. Whatever it took him, like, he was going to get back on that field.
It took him a year to recover, get his body back. He went back to UTEP for the spring semester and was about halfway through, and then the cancer came back on him. And of course, you come to find out that cancer doesn't concern itself sometimes with how hard you work. Before he passed, he had told a number of his friends to look out after my brother and my mom and my dad. He said they're gonna be sad. And I don't want them to be sad. I know Luke wouldn't want me to be sad, but I didn't want him to die. So I guess we're even.
People remember him for his indomitable will to live.
Luke was an amazing young man. You guys have heard me talk about fight a lot. I don't know that I've ever seen a better example of that in my life.
When Luke passed, probably had 20 to 25 text messages from his friends, each one saying, Luke was my best friend. Luke invested in people. He really did. Initially, we were going to set up a scholarship in Luke's name at University of Texas, El Paso, and his brother said, why don't we do something that benefits the whole team? One thing that Luke always loved at Texas A&M was the protein shake. So we set up a nutrition station at UTEP. We funded the building of it, and we fund all the supplies every year to keep it going. I think the head coach at UTEP told me the best signing he ever had was a kid that ultimately never played it down for him. Tells you all you need to know about Luke.
His drive is something that I admire and I respect, and so I want to be the same way. You get a choice of who you get to be to the next person, next man, woman, boy, or girl. If you chose to live as he lived, always reaching out, giving another 1%, whether that's for your teammates, your friends, your family. If everyone did that, it would be a much better place. Go be a light in someone's life every day.